It is reported that Manchester United are subjected to a bid from the investment corporation of Dubai of around 10 billion US dollars to buy Manchester United outright. It has been reported that Dubai is viewed as a serious contender and that the ICD, the Investment Corporation of Dubai, are very much interested in buying Man United and have made contact with the Rain Group. The total net worth of 305 billion US dollars is the overall net worth of this institution and this group from Dubai. Now, there are loose reports right now suggesting that they are prepared to pay about 10 billion US dollars to buy Manchester United Football Club. There has been a long interest for many years from many parts of the Middle East to buy the club. Now, Manchester United, of course, we know the club have put them up for sale and or looking for alternative investment. But this could be a huge, huge scoop for United. It is also said that Sir Jim Radcliffe will bid for Manchester United once the Glazers formally put the club on the market. It still hasn't been done efficiently. There is just a prelude to that happening. But the richest man in Britain wants to buy Manchester United. The rich, a group of people from Dubai, the investment corporation of Dubai, wants to buy Manchester United, meaning if we were to get them, only Newcastle's owner would have more money. We would absolutely eclipse the valuation and the net worth of every other club owner in the Premier League. I want your thoughts and I want your feeling on this really big breaking news over the past 24 hours. I want your thoughts and I want your feelings. And what kind of owner do you want to see Manchester United get? How do you think this is going to impact Manchester United and the rest of the league moving forward? Hit the like and the share button. Leave your comments below. Let's do this, people. Let's go. Well, of course, Man United being purchased is going to cause a huge ripple effect across world football. It absolutely is. Some people are happy, Man United fans. Some people are annoyed. Some people are happy at the idea of Sir Jim Ratcliffe or an American organization buying the club, and some don't want investment from the Middle East. We've already seen some journalists. I want to get the guy's name right, the guy's name correct here. I believe that the individual known as, I want to make sure I get his name right, Chris. I've lost it now. I think it's Chris Winterburn who has said, unfortunately, it is true. So there's the number of journalists that have reported about the links want to buy Manchester United. Of course, some journalists are going to come out. The sports washing lines, not good for the game, not good for the competitiveness. Their ideas on what goes on in those countries, the human rights issues. They don't want that money in football. And like I said before, it's very difficult for me to turn around and condemn any of these individuals wanting to buy a football club when the majority of us use products, facilities, companies, and wear merchandise of multiple companies that these said individuals invest in, keep innovating, and and bring to us. Uh, we've had the same thing with Saudi Arabia and Newcastle. I don't like anything to do with Saudi Arabia, but people still drink Starbucks. People still use Boeing jets. People moaning about the Qatar World Cup, but they'll still use multiple organizations and supermarkets that these individuals pump billions of pounds into. Yes, for their own return and investments in the future, but also to keep those businesses thriving, growing, moving forward, and serving us, the British people, and the world at large in many, many cases. So, of course, there's going to be an air of an air of concern. I absolutely get that. An air of concern, an air of worry, an air of, oh, I don't think Man United should be doing this. I'm just going to point this out and say it bluntly. People can moan all they want, but the fact that Newcastle have their owners from Saudi Arabia, the fact that Manchester City have Sheikh Mansour, there is not a catch chance in hell that Man United will not be allowed to have the investment corporation of Dubai buy the club. That isn't going to happen. And I think a lot of United fans are excited at the prospect of owners like that. As I've said already, their net worth, and I'm reading it again here, is 305 billion, and the organization generates revenues of 63 billion every single year. So financially, no problems for Manchester United whatsoever. Investment in the stadium, new training facilities, extra money pumped into the club for transfers, salary increases, of course, the overall refurbishment of technologies at the football club, and the development of a plan. Debt being repaid, no more dividends being taken out in the short term is what's expected with owners such as this. Then what you have is this Jim Ratcliffe news. As mentioned already, he will bid, according to James Ducker from The Telegraph. I have been told privately, and we will be getting a number of journalists onto the terrace in the coming days to discuss this in more detail, that Jim Radcliffe may struggle, may struggle to actually meet the asking price. 6 to 8 billion pound is what the club currently wants for to buy it. So Jim Radcliffe, and I'm just going to double check this now. I did it have in front of me. His net worth is $13 billion, meaning if he was to use his own money, it would cost him not all, but it would cost him a large percentage of his current fortune to buy the football club. Is he going to do that? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he's going to look for a consultancy. There are also reports that the Rain Group running this on behalf of the Glazers are not particularly keen on Sir Jim Radcliffe. He's seen as a bit of a rogue. He's seen as a bit of an individual that could be problematic within the process. As it stands right now, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the corporation from Dubai are the two lead individuals. There are some loose murmurings about Facebook and Amazon as businesses. So not Jeff Bezos himself or Zuckerberg himself, but those organizations, Meta, I suppose you should call it now, and Amazon also looking at the prospect of buying Manchester United, using the brand of Man United, the Premier League, and hopefully from their point of view, the Champions League to further enhance their companies, essentially free sponsorship. You'll probably find the Amazon Stadium, Amazon on the shirts, Amazon Prime on the arms, Amazon this, Amazon that everywhere, Facebook, Meta, whatever it may be instead. Man United's reach on social media is suddenly going to go to another level as well, because of course they'll doctor the algorithm to help the football club further itself on a commercial basis there. So there are four big hitters in this for Man United. And what does this mean? Well, I tweeted out earlier on today, and of course I knew what it would be met with by rivals when I said a billionaire owner coming into Man United is going to put the fear in all our rivals. And you get the same tired, boring responses, but you've always spent a lot of money. This just shows me categorically that people have never listened to what Man United fans have complained about and the evidence that's been put in front of the individuals. We have bemoaned the amount of money taken out of the football club, and I'll get to why later. But Man United's biggest problem has been the way with fans, has been the way we've been run and wasted the amount of money we've spent. I love the fact that we have the facilities to be able to spend almost as much as Man City. I'm frustrated that we have not had the right people running the club and that we have wasted the money on failed projects. That's the bugbear since Fergie retired. Up until the new TV deal money came in, we actually stopped spending like some of our bigger rivals across Europe, and our squad fell behind. That's why there was a real lull period after Fergie left. We weren't ready to go on to the next level. And yes, we threw money at the problem, but by then we didn't have competent people running the football club. Why is it frustrating that they've taken money out the club? Well, I'll tell you why it's frustrating. The roof leaks, the training ground hasn't been improved, the debt still remains on the football club. Man United have had the financial power based on income over the last decade with FFP being in place, we are able to blow people out the water. We should be able to spend hundreds of millions of pounds more on our salary, hundreds of millions of pounds more on our transfers. So if you couple all our complaints together and you have competent people running the club, no debt, no dividends being taken out, no interest payments being made, we should be able to, by the way, not based on a sugar daddy owning us, not based on owners like we might get buying us, based purely on our revenue because of how big we are, we should have been able to outprice everybody in bids. We should have been able to outpay everybody in salaries to ensure that we try to maintain a monopoly. And there's nothing wrong with a monopoly when you've earned it over 100 years of building your football club, over 100 years of building your international fan base. That's our bugbear, that we have the income, we have the fan base to hold a huge monopoly, or at least be sitting at the top table consistently, and we've fallen behind. Would owners like this change it for Man United? The answer is yes. They absolutely would change it for Manchester United. Without a shadow of a doubt, they would change it for Manchester United. Because they are not going to buy us for 6, 7, 8 billion pounds, maybe even as high as $10 billion. This is. And then just let it rot. None of them are going to do that. Everybody that's looking to buy Man United are serious business people that want to either want to make a return on the investment or want to make the football club brilliant in their name. You don't do that running it how the Glazers did. You don't do it having bankers run your club for a decade. Football people invest the money in the right areas, solid project, develop that youth academy even further, and Manchester United will get back to winning ways. And I said it in a video earlier on today. Rivals are panicking, and rivals should be panicking. As soon as you see a rival say, but you've always spent money, nothing's going to be any different, it means they're either stupid or they haven't been listening. And if you haven't been listening, that's even worse than being stupid because it means you're pretending you listened and you're going to get a rude awakening. Manchester United have got serious people looking to buy them. 305 billion pound net worth of the investment corporation of the buyer looking to purchase the biggest football club in England commercially, one of the biggest football clubs in the world commercially, one of the most successful football teams at the highest level of the game, a sleeping giant in many, many ways. It could still be Sir Jim. It could be Facebook. It could be Amazon. We'll touch more on that tomorrow. But this is brilliant news tonight for Man United fans. Bids reportedly being made, or at the very least, genuine interest being made from some huge corporations and groups. I want your thoughts and I want your feelings. I want your comments below. What does this mean for Man United? What does this mean for Premier League football? What kind of owners do you want to see come in? I want to hear from you in the comment section below. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you soon.